Before hearing any pitch, your prospects should be on fucking la la land about how great their life is going to be once this problem is solved. And in their mind, no other solution should make sense besides the one that you're about to present them. Big mistake I used to make early on is I would get balls fucking deep in the problems. Like, I was so good at finding problems, guys. I'd have these prospects damn near ready to jump off their fucking balcony because of how much I'd expose how cooked their situation was. But I would spend very little time talking about how good things can be and where do they actually want to be. I would just breeze past that. So by the end of the call, they wouldn't really be empowered to make a decision. They wouldn't just fucking kill themselves because how cooked they are. Or they would blindside me and start talking about some solution I didn't even know existed. That, oh, I already am in the program, or I'm already doing X, Y, and Z. I'm like, where the fuck did that come from? That all changed when I learned these 3 doors that need to be unlocked in the call before any pitch is dropped. Because without these 3 things, you can have the sexiest pitch in the world, you can have the best objection handling possible, and they still won't buy. So today we're gonna fix that, and I'm gonna break down 2 private live calls that I have done where I nailed the solution piece of the call. And that was ultimately the lever that got them to move forward. And this is with the real prospect, none of that role play shit that your favorite sales coach likes to do. Welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here and wondering who the fuck is this guy and what does he know about sales, my name is Nick. I have been in high ticket sales for close to 3 years. I've collected $3 million in cash, and it's all been because of my deep fundamental understanding of human psychology. Now, I'm not a psychologist and I never claim to be one, but I've really obsessed over what are the levers that get people to make decisions to pull in the call. How do I listen for them? How do I utilize them with every situation that I have? And I've been able to help countless others do the exact same thing. Like Knight here, who went from 4 grand a month to over 20 grand with this fitness coaching offer. Or we have Alex, who became one of the top setters and one of the biggest offers in info, making more than some of the closers on his team. Now, if you want results similar to this, hit the link in the bio, apply for advanced one-on-one coaching. I only take on 5 additional new clients every single month because you're going to get a lot of my time, and I cannot work with all you fuckers. I don't have infinite time on an offer. You know, there's money to be made and you're not making that money, then we could potentially work together. If you fit a lot of the other criteria too, you can maybe be one of those 5. So if that sounds like you, hit the link. Let's see if it makes sense. So there's many different names for this. Heaven stage, we could call it solution. We can call it fucking la la land stage, like whatever you want to call it. There's 3 key objectives here, okay? Well, there's really 5, but we're only going to hit on 3, so this video is not a million years long. And the 3 main ones, right? The other 2, that's a whole separate video. And so the ones we're going to talk about today is DQing the competitor solutions, so ultimately finding out what else they've considered to try. And then we're going to talk about how to get them to sell themselves on you before you even sell them, before you even pitch them. Right? Get them to start internalizing why your program may be better after you DQ all the others. Then what you want to do is you want to future pace them and get them, like I keep saying, on la la land. Like they need to be dreaming, they need to be breathing that shit. This is really, really important here because it has to be something that they genuinely think is realistic because of what we call in marketing perception of attainability. If someone's making 2 grand a month and they tell you that they want to make 50 grand a month, and then you're future pacing them on 50 grand a month, in their mind internally, they don't even believe that shit's possible. So it's not going to get too far. They're giving you a fake goal, right? On the flip side of that, it has to be something that's not like, it can't be a bullshit goal. So if they're making 2 grand a month and then they tell you they want to make 3, well, it's like, come on, let's be real here, right? You want to make an extra grand a month, you go fucking DoorDash, right? And back to my first point, if someone tells you that they want to lose 100 pounds in 3 months, it's like, come on, let's get back to reality here. Like, okay, realistic, right? Realistically, we want to find out where they actually want to be, how they want to look in the 3-month, 6-month time frame. So the key here is it can't be this huge lofty goal that they don't actually believe is possible, but it also can't be this like bullshit goal either. It has to be right in the middle, okay? So DQ other solutions, have them sell themselves on yours, and then future pace on a goal that they actually believe. Now, when it comes to future pacing, like I'm saying, when I say la la land, like I mean that shit. I want you to think about, what is your dream house? What city is it in? Okay, are you in the suburbs, or is it more like a penthouse in the city, or what? Okay, how many bedrooms? Okay, do you have like those big floor to ceiling windows, or is that not really your thing? Okay, roughly how much does this house cost? Okay, what would be the rent or the down payment if you were to get a mortgage? Okay, who's the first person that you call to show them this house that you just got? And like, what kinds of events would you throw in there? Are you even an event type of person? Who would you invite over? Okay, how do you think your parents would feel walking around this place? How do you think your kids would feel walking around this place? Right, this is obviously a surface level example, but you get get the point. It has to be very, very descriptive, right? Same as like a car, right? What's your dream car? What do you have the red guts or the cream guts? Do you get it fully loaded? What color is it? Like all these different things. The more descriptive you are, the more specific you are, the more real it is, and the more they feel that shit. They gotta feel it. You feel what I'm saying? We also have to identity frame them as the type of person who makes that happen, right? So like the version of yourself who's there, what kinds of traits or characteristics do you think he has? Okay, the current version of you, like what do you think we would maybe need to let go of to really be that person, which is another key. And so if you can nail a problem stage, if you can nail this, and then the pitch is both of these things combined, they are going to move forward. Like, take my fucking money, right? That's what they're going to be telling me. Now that you understand the key levers and the things that we're looking for in this stage of the call, let's dive into a real call so you can see how this shit works in real life. Okay, so we got a live call pulled up here, and this was pretty simple offer. It was teaching people how to make money with the Faceless YouTube channel. So let's dive in. The key for this one particularly isn't necessarily going to be the DQing competitors. It's going to be the future pace and how descriptive we got. Like that's really, really what I want you to pay attention to here is how descriptive we got. Let's dive in.
Yeah.
So quantifying that, what would that take? Like, what would your channel need to be making every month for you to comfortably pull back from the job and not have to look for another one? Question has to be pointed to the goal, right? He told me earlier that his goal is to pull back from his 9 to 5. Okay, in order for you to do that, what would you need to be making? Cool.
I think if I could get up above 10K a month.
Okay.
Yeah, which I know is like, not that's healthy, right? From what I understand. Yeah, I think if I could get there, I would feel more comfortable just kind of letting the job go.
So this dude makes like 80 grand a year, so which is like 6K, 6K after take home, after taxes. So for him to say he wants to make 10 grand a month is pretty reasonable. He's not telling me he wants to be a fucking millionaire tomorrow, which is why I took the answer. Let's keep going. Yeah. 10K is very doable. And right now it's just a number on the screen, right? Let's future pace it out. Let's say it's, I don't know, 6 months in August of this year. You're consistently making that 10K a month, but it's from your channel, right? And not from this high stress job. How different do you see things looking then 6 months out compared to now? Like what changes? Y'all see how sharp the cut is, first of all? Like, let's not ignore how sharp the cut is, right? But point here is that we are talking about, okay, it's just a number on a screen, which is very true. It is just a number on a screen. What you need to know is what does that actually do for him? What does that provide? What does that allow for him to do? Let's keep going.
So I'm probably spending, 5 or 10 hours a week on the channel, right? So that's all in all, I'm probably working more than I am like right now, between YouTube and the job. I think I would probably just quit the job and do a little bit of traveling while still doing YouTube, and take that time to figure out what my next move is in like a career sense, whether it's starting a company or maybe, I don't know. You know what woofing is?
No, I don't.
You like
growing your hair out? So he's about to give me something so specific that I've literally never even heard of. And it was only because I asked him, what does that actually do for you? Which is important because I would have never understood this. This is a very unique why for him.
You basically go volunteer on a farm and they feed you and they feed you stuff, but they don't pay you. And that's kind of it. But it's this weird thing that people do that I kind of want to do.
So you live on the farm or you have your place farm there?
No, you live on the farm.
Something key is my tonality too. Like I'm genuinely intrigued, but this is how you get people to continue opening up and telling you more is being genuinely curious because I've never heard about no shit like woofing. The only woofing I know is when you got waves and you need to grow your shit out a little bit so your waves could get deeper. That's the only woofing I know. I've never heard of no shit like this where you live on a farm. But listen how excited he is talking about it. All right, let's keep going.
The farm, they have lodging for you, and it's only for like a few weeks at a time. But it's for like people that want to get into that and don't know anything about it, and they want to like see what it's like.
Damn, that sounds fun. So it's like in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah, sometimes, kind of depends where you go. But yeah.
You sound like a very, very simple, you don't want a bunch of Ferraris and Lambos, you just want to work on the farm and not have to worry about getting paid.
Yeah. I don't know that it's like a good career move to do woofing.
Right.
But definitely a learning experience, like a life experience, I think.
So, yeah. And you said that you would travel. Like, where's the first place you would go? Right now, I understand the whooping thing. Okay, you also mentioned traveling. Like, where's the first place you go? Right, I'm breaking down every single thing that he told me. Get descriptive. He needs to feel that shit.
So, all right, first I'd go see family, right? East Coast family in Hawaii. That'd be pretty sick, actually.
Yeah.
But then I'd Probably go to Europe, go to Italy. Yeah, and look for all the while be looking for content ideas, right? Um, yeah, so that's just kind of first.
And would you do like the Europe tour or just Italy and Italy alone?
I think maybe like I might put Greece in there too.
Right? Get him talking about it. This is the shit that really gets him excited. Get him talking about it. Again, the call can't all be negative and problems. Like, what does it look like once it's solved? Right? Get even more specific with me, Mr. Prospect.
Yeah, Italy, Greece, maybe North Africa. That'd be cool.
Right.
Yeah.
And I know we were obviously talking about the personal effects that like waking up, putting out the fires would have. Like that 6, 7 months out now and you've quit your job. Like, how do you see things looking for you personally now that you don't have to wake up worrying about work and things of that nature? I need him to feel that shit even more. Pause.
Oh man. Definitely getting better sleep.
Mhm.
Probably healthier. You know. Honestly, saving money on food because I wouldn't have to spend $20 on lunch 3 times a week. So I'd probably be cooking more. I have a little garden outside.
He's healthier. He's saving more. He's traveling. He's living on farms and not getting paid. Like, this is what's important to him.
So I'd probably
Nice.
do some of that too.
What you got in there?
Well, we're doing carrots and lettuce.
Yeah. Nice. And the dude wants to fucking garden. Like, he's genuinely a good dude who just like is not hitting his potential in the job he's in. Nice. And that, again, we're 6 months out or 7 months, right? Let's say you quit the job and you've proved the concept and you're waking up and I don't fucking know, let's say you brush your teeth and you look back at the mirror. Like, what does that version of yourself, like, how does he feel about himself that he's making this money independently? He doesn't have this dick boss anymore. Like, how does he feel about himself? Come on, don't let that go over your head. It's all context from what he told me earlier in the call. Right? How does that man feel about himself? He's waking up, he's brushing his teeth, he's looking in the mirror, he doesn't have a dick boss, he's doing all these things. Because what is he going to do? He's going to now put himself in the place where he's looking at the mirror and he's living that, which means he's feeling it even more.
I think it's liberating, man. Honestly, I hope it is because my parents they're a little bit older. They're both baby boomers, and fairly conservative, but not like crazy. And so I was raised with like, got to get a job and stable income and start a family. And that's what it means to have like a good life. Right. And so kind of carried that pressure around my whole life. So that's part of the stress of the job is I have to keep this job. Right. If anything goes wrong and I lose this job, oh my God, I've lost my job. And that's what mess. Right. But YouTube is kind of like a game, like I kind of just do it when I feel like doing it. And if I can create enough money that I don't really need the job, then I feel like I have ejected from the whole idea of, needing a job.
Right.
It ties you down so you can save for retirement. Like I don't know. It's like a script. I'm not,
Right.
I don't know.
That people our parents' age would look at you crazy, hearing that you're making a full-time income making YouTube videos online, right? It sounds crazy to them. And the pressure makes sense of you have to keep this job because if not, the fucking family member who hears that you have this fancy job and then you say that you don't is a shitty feeling, right? Or a shitty feeling that they put on you. And so I get you for sure. And to be able to get to that point, right, where you're quitting your job, you're replacing your income, you're doing it independently, would you agree that it would have to maybe be like a 2.0 version of yourself? So remember what I said earlier, right? This one isn't the big piece here isn't necessarily DQing the other solutions, but it's more so understanding what a good future pace looks like. I can make separate videos on those others. And then now we're going to identity frame him as the type of person that he needs to be, right? This is going to be key during objection handling because he needs to make decisions like the man he wants to be, not the man that he is now, right? Don't let that go over your head. For like a different version of.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Breaking out of the shell that I kind of grew up in, like I'm in my early 30s. So I think going from your 20s to your 30s is a little bit of that already. You sort of look around, oh, this is how shit works. Okay, none of that shit matters. This is doing this instead, and who really cares anyway? So I think I'm already starting that process a little bit, but I think getting to that point would be like, really coming into it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I'll be honest, man, it's uncomfortable, right? It's a change and it's gonna be uncomfortable at first. He just told me who he needs to be, right? And so now I'm gonna pull back a little bit. I'm gonna be like, dude, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be uncomfortable. He needs to know this because once I drop a $7,000, $8,000 price tag, all the nerves are gonna go up. but he's going to remember, or I'm going to remind him, the man who he needs to make decisions like. You see what I'm saying?
And so I guess the real question is, are you ready to step into that 2.0 version of yourself, as uncomfortable as it may get?
I think so. Yeah, yeah. I feel ready to pursue some kind of change, you
Hmm.
know, and I'm ready for that change to be like my main focus.
Oh yeah.
I've kind of been like languishing where I'm at right now for a while.
In hindsight, feedback for myself, I would have called that out because he said, I think so. That gives a little room for an objection there. So I've been like, you think or you know? Right? Because when we say we think, we're giving ourselves a little leeway to wiggle out, right? When things get hard. So like, would you say you think or this is something you know you're ready to step into? Right? That's feedback for me.
I'll just taking paychecks and doing the same thing every day, and I'm over it.
For sure. And with that, when it comes to breaking out of the shell, like you're saying, right? Like, especially being so many years into your career, what makes now so important to actually break out?
Right now, we're going into a different part of the call. So that is how you future pace. Because at the end of the call, I asked him, and I typically always do. I was like, "Yo, what made you move forward? Like, what made you actually put your fucking dick on the table and make an uncomfortable decision?" And he told me he referred to some of the problems of like, "Fuck this dick boss, and I'm tired of this job." But then he also said, because I want to be able to start living on my own terms. I want to get closer to doing the woofing. Right? I want to be able to travel more, and I'm tired of these problems. That would not have happened if this part of the call didn't take place. Hope you got value from that. If you want to apply to see if you qualify to get coached directly by me, again, hit the link in the bio, schedule on my calendar, and let's see if I can help you get results similar to Knight, Colton, and Alex that we spoke about earlier, so you can stop losing deals because of simple things. And as always, if you're new here, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that post notification because I'm dropping sauce twice a week. You're not going to want to miss it. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.